Hello everyone, my name is Bim and welcome to Rivals of Aether. Now you've probably seen me talk a lot about this game, or more specifically, Rivals of Aether 2, which, if I talk about that one so much and I love it so much, why am I playing this one? Well, I've been thinking a lot about how much, one, I love Rivals 2, and two, where we got to from there. More specifically, the world that has been kind of built around it, which I think is kind of forgotten amongst the really good fighting game that Dan has made for all of us. Like, not only just through this game, but through Rivals 2 as well. A really good fighting game was made, but I think an even better world was crafted underneath it, and it has just been allowed to evolve into so many different things. Like, I can't stress enough how underrated I think the entire world building and story behind Rivals is, and it all started here in the worst possible way it could possibly have been done. And I'm not kidding. This story mode specifically, which was the first thing we ever got for any kind of Rivals war, was so bad that they had to go in and change some of the cutscenes because, one, they were drawn terribly, and two, it just told a terrible story. And beyond that, the story mode mechanically just isn't very good. The purpose of a story mode is kind of to act as a secondary tutorial in most fighting games, which this game does not do. It just kind of throws you into a match with terrible AI. The AI does not teach you anything. The story does not make sense, and it just kind of happens. But enough of a foundation was laid, like this entire map, for example. Like, that in and of itself kind of laid a foundation for something way better to happen. Because after this, we got Dungeons of Aether, we got Lovers of Aether, even though that's not canon, which I think is really funny. We're getting the Rivals 2 story mode. We've got Dreams of Aether, which is canon. And I think the card game too, Creatures of Aether, I have no idea if that had a story or not. I know that went offline about like a year or so ago. But point is, it all started here in this terrible little thing, and I'm gonna play it for you because I'm pretty sure in one of my Rivals videos I said I would, and gosh darn it, I'm ready to take you guys all on a wonderful, terrible journey. Now the question here is, which one do I start with? I think we should start with the main man himself, Zetterburn. Now see, this looks very structured. This looks very nice, but don't be fooled. It is not. This is just lining up who we're gonna fight. It's not gonna make any sense. Just watch. No, I didn't want to skip the story. No! Okay, now we're in the story. This is Zetterburn's story. Zetterburn, his loyal legion returned to the Fire Capital after vanquishing the Air Armada ships that preyed upon the Fire Empire's far-flung trade routes. However, their triumphant return is met not by laurels and celebrations, but by black banners and digress. The Fire Capital is in deep mourning. And then we fight someone, not even related to the issue at hand. Alright, let's see if I can... Well, I just about almost destroyed myself, but that was pretty quick. Easy. Easy. Boom. I didn't even see the medal I got. Whatever, it's fine. Now on to why we get to fight Raster. You see, we fight Raster because Zetterburn discovers that his father, Emperor Renburn, has been assassinated with a famous dagger belonging to the inconceivable suspect Forsburn, Zetterburn's beloved brother. You see, now, if you watched my Dreams of Aether playthrough, you'll understand why that one minigame is so funny. This one right here. But yeah, it's hilarious. Meanwhile, Minister of Trade Loxodont is to be crowned the new emperor. That's not correct now. He was no longer the Minister of Trade. He was like, to put it in terms that I didn't make up, Renburn ruled, but Loxodont governed. He was like he's not just Minister of Trade. He was Renburn's second hand. Zetterburn, a loyal citizen of Fire, accepts the council's will, and he pledges his loyalty to Emperor Loxodont and vows revenge upon this traitorous Forsburn. And so we fight roster. Anyway. That night, Forsburn materialized in Zetterburn's imperial chambers. Forsburn pleads with his brother for his brother's aid and accuses the council of murdering their father. Certain of Forsburn's guilt, Zetterburn flies into a rage, attacking his once beloved brother. Forsburn barely manages to escape with his life. See, this is one of the scenes that was changed. This looks a lot better. A lot better. This is what it looked like before. So to change this one, this looks so much better. Oh, see, now this is a fight that actually makes sense. You're supposed to fight him. Coronation Day dawns. The citizens present Loxodont with the Flame Imperium, a sacred torch granting the rule of fire. Zetterburn watches, exhausted and doubtful. Suddenly, a water creature appears and steals the flame. It is the elusive Orcane. Orcane leaps with the flame into a mysterious purple puddle and is gone. And so, we fight Crag. What do you mean it doesn't make sense? Clearly Crag was here the whole time. Anyway, I'm gonna fight him. The Fire Council orders Zetterburn to retrieve the flame. Ever loyal, the Fire General unleashes a maelstrom on Merchant Port, the home of Orcane. Zetterburn rampages through the unprepared city until he reaches the docks. I forgot that he just basically did that on his own. He didn't bring anybody with him. He did that on his own. Although that could have been retconned. He might have brought in a good amount of people to help him, but the way this was originally framed, he did it on his own, which is kind of insane. He finds a purple Orcane guarding the ceremonial torch. And now we actually fight Orcane. And he's purple. I will say, the last fight always is supposed to make sense, because you're supposed to fight a purple thing. Suddenly, Orcane dissipates. The water creature was a mere shadow. Beseat with doubt, his instincts ablaze, Zetterburn's eyes fall upon a purple glow and plumes of smoke on the western horizon. Give me a goal, baby! Yeah! Alright, so next, we'll go to Forsburn's. So Forsburn, we kind of get right into the middle of Zetterburn's story with this one. Forsburn returns home from a diplomatic mission to find his father, Emperor Renburn, slain. A knife identical to Forsburn's dagger is buried deep in the Emperor's chest. Emperor Renburn's loyal spy and illegitimate son, Forsburn, has long distrusted his father's Fire Council. Now, all too late, he discovers their treacherous goal. Forsburn flees the scene and seeks refuge in a maze of aqueducts underneath the Fire Capital. And there he fights Orcane. How many times can I do this joke before it gets old? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Suspected of murder, Forsburn seeks to warn his beloved royal brother, not very loyal, and prevent the Fire Council from seizing the Imperial throne. But when Zetterburn returns to the Fire Capital, he doubts Forsburn's conspiracy theories. The brothers fight, and Forsburn flees, wounded and betrayed. Zetterburn, convinced of his brother's guilt of patricide, is devastated. He tells no one of their clandestine altercation or Forsburn's escape. Sounds kind of treacherous, bro. Forsburn flees to the far outskirts of the Fire Empire. One night, seeking refuge on the border of the wastelands, he awakes to find himself surrounded by murky strangers. This is my favorite part of the whole lore. because it's technically how Claren gets her start. Not even this is how Claren gets her beginning. They emerge from a ring of smoke and identify themselves as sentries from sentries from the Smoke Clan. They seize the wandering fire citizen and bring them to their settlement. Oh, I forgot that's how Clayen looked. Clayen got a super big glow up too. This is what she looks like now, but this is how she used to look. And oh my gosh. Her and Zetterburn hook up, by the way. That's why this is important. They get a little married, and it's all sweet. Clayen, chief of the Smoke Clan, learns of Forsburn's plight and his skill with espionage. She offers him a home in the hidden smoke enclave in exchange for his allegiance. Forsburn vows his loyalty. He renounces the false light of fire and vows to learn the truthful deceptions of smoke. He's given a gray cloak of secrecy and a new identity. Before long, nope, not Zetterburn. That is not Zetterburn. Before long, Forsburn hears news from the Fire Capital. Zetterburn has disappeared. Despite his loyalty to the Smoke Clan, Forsburn decides he must find his brother. Donning a battle mask from the Smoke Clan, Forsburn uses a smoke portal to return to the Fire Capital. When he arrives, however, he is greeted by a familiar figure. As Forsburn uses his new power of smoke to defeat his brother, Zetterburn vanishes. The Fire Capital pulses in purple shadow. Then Forsburn sees a blaze in the distance. The Fire Army has attacked the smoke hideout while he skirmished in the Fire Capital. Forsburn races back to his new home without finding his real brother or confronting the false Emperor Loxodont. And then everyone in the Smoke Capital died. I think. I don't know. I can't remember, nor does it make it very clear about what happened here. But we find a little bit more about it here, but like, when I say barely, I mean like we learned one detail, and that it was even more attacked than we thought, so, you know. But we get Maple's story now. Maple, a self-appointed guardian of the Aetherian forest and daughter of the treetops, protects the treetops lodges from and the floor below with her companion plant, Lily. High up in the canopy, the treetop dwellers look down on the lowly denizens of the forest floor, but Maple knows the forest is one, and they will thrive or perish together. And now Maple feels a disturbance through the roots of the forest. There is a sickness underground. Maple and Lily soon discover that the forest is infested with a mysterious purple shadow. Wherever the shadows touch, the plants turn twisted and ugly. I mean, they just kind of look like purple lines. Little squigglies, if you will. I'm not really sure how that's ugly. But you know, you judge how you want to judge. I won't judge, but you judge how you judge. Okay, I haven't even touched on how, like, fun these original characters were. Like, some were based off of their Smash counterparts. Like, some are obvious. Like, Zetterburn, obviously, he's supposed to be the Spacey, so he mimics a lot of what Fox and Falco are, and Wolf from PM. But Maple, that one was purely original. So was Orcane and Crag. Like, Claren is, basically Marth, and Absa is like a combination of Zelda and Pikachu, and like a little bit of Mewtwo thrown in there. And then Palm is a little bit of Peach. But like all of them, even with the characters that are like clear mirrors, or not even mirrors, clear like representations of character archetypes, have their own unique spin on them. And there's such a uniqueness to how this game is played versus how Smash is done. Like, there is a lot more emphasis on stage control mixed with how you treat the environment. Like, right now, I'm setting up a ton of traps to help me fight Zetterburn, but he can do the same with his fire. Because if I touch the fire, I get a little more damage, which ups his strong attacks, and all kinds of stuff like that. Like, Claren's an anti-zoner. She could use her down B to control certain spaces on the stage by not letting projectiles play through, and it's just so cool. It's just so cool. This game is so smart. It's so cool, and it was so cool that it got itself a sequel that like further that evolution of the gameplay. And oh my gosh, guys, Rivals is so good. It's so good. I wish I could properly express how awesome this series and these games are. Rivals is amazing. Play it right now. What are you doing? Why are you watching me play this game? Go buy Rivals of Aether. Go buy Rivals of Aether 2. Go buy Dreams of Aether. Go buy Lovers of Aether. Go buy all of the games made by Aether Studios. Because this series is amazing. You can feel all of the love and just support that these devs, Dan, and all of the other guys have been doing to just build this game up as something special. Like, you look at all the other platformers that haven't made it, like, beyond, like, a few months. Multiverses, dead. NFB, 2, still kind of kicking, but not really that popular. In fact, it died pretty early with its first game until the second game came out. Brawlhalla, that one's pretty good. I don't like it, but its popularity is undeniable, and its reach, because of it's a free game and its different crossovers, is undeniable. That one's an exception, but all of this game has got so much to it, and all of the other games as well. Seriously, go play those games. Even if you're not a big fan of platformers, give this one a shot. Or platform fighters, I should say. Give this one a shot, please. If you don't like that one, play Rivals of Aether 2. You'll probably, honestly, play Rivals of Aether 2 first, because that's the most Smash-like one. Smash-like. Because, like, it's got all the shields and ledges. This game does not have shields and ledges and grabs and all that, but Rivals of Aether 2 does. But I'm done ranting, but just, it's amazing. It's so amazing. I love this series so much. And it built such a good world, too, which you're kind of seeing. The source of the sickness seems to lie beyond the rock wall. Maple realizes that she must go. She leaves Lily in care of her younger sister, Mayreed. Maple gives Mayreed a letter that details all of her discoveries about the purple rot and its source. Maple tells her sister to share the letter with any forest dweller who will read it. Mayreed worries that Maple will be too reckless and begs her to stay, but both sisters feel the danger lurking beneath the roots. All of Aether could be in peril. God, and the competitive scene too, dog. There's so much dev support for the competitive scene, and the people in the competitive scene are just so wonderful. They are so amazing. Like, they're genuinely just some of the most welcoming people I've ever seen. I haven't personally been able to interact with any of them because I'm very limited by my ability to travel where I'm at, and there is no rival scene. There used to be, and I tried to start one in my area myself, but that didn't go really well. Smash players don't really like this game as much. I shouldn't say Smash players. Ultimate players don't really like this game as much. But they've conglomerated such a different, like, grouping of, like, Melee and P+, and Rivals, like, players that all conglomerated into Rivals 2, and they're just such a helpful group of individuals that just love this game and want to compete in it and want to see it succeed, and it's so awesome. It's so cool. I do want to preface, I apologize if there are any Ultimate players that do like this game. In my own experience, a lot of the Ultimate players that I've played with, just they have no interest in the game. Either that, or they make up the excuse that it's too hard, or either that or the very valid excuse of it's just not for them. But that's just been my own experience. There's probably a lot of Ultimate players out there that are just the same as the Melee and P+ that love this game, but it's such a different atmosphere with the competitive people of this game. It's such a well reinforced positive one, and I love that so much. It's definitely a breath of fresh air compared to the overall Smash scene that I've seen looking at the outside. It's kind of crazy. Crosses the continent, scouting and researching, following the sickness within the earth. With each day away from the forest, she feels herself growing weaker. Moons into her journey, she comes across an enclave under siege. When she creeps closer to investigate, she discovers the Fire Guard attacking the Smoke Clan's hideout. So I'm gonna beat up this whale over here. You guys keep killing individuals from that Smoke Clan. I gotta beat up this whale guy, who appears to be a dog. I don't know. You guys do that over there. I'm gonna keep doing this. Okay. All right. Good to see that we're on the same page about this. Suddenly, Forsburn appears in a whirlwind of smoke. Seeing his adopted home under attack, he mistakes Maple for one of the assailants. In the same moment, Maple witnesses Forsburn's smoky sorcery and presumes him to be in league with the twisted shadows of an infecting forest. See, that's an issue, because she just saw the Smoke Clan getting attacked. And a smoke person appears seeing his Smoke Clan under siege. So why would she mistake this smoke person for being something that's not a part of the Smoke Clan? That doesn't make too much sense. Also, did she ignore everything that was happening? Or did she just like see this attack and be like, oh, not my problem, it's just not the shadowy creature, I don't care? Maple demands to know what role Forsburn plays in the shadowy sickness. Taken aback, Forsburn explains his own encounter with a mysterious purple shadow and the disappearance of his brother. Maple and Forsburn conclude that the danger lies in the west. They set off together to find the source of the strange menace to Aether. So Forsburn kind of just ignores that his clan just got murdered. He didn't stop any of the fire people from destroying his clan. Or to at least make sure the clan was okay. There's a lot of stuff left out, but you know, it's fine. It's whatever. It's fine. We'll play Arcane and forget about the inconsistencies happening in front of us. The board members of the Water Trading Company were furious that the Air Armada has destroyed their flagship and constantly pillages their trade routes. I just had a weird realization. This is Star Wars Episode 1, if it were for, like, furries. Because there's all kinds of trade disputes and betrayal and all kinds of stuff made by shadowy figures that are manipulating, the situation. A secret emperor that is transpiring to get power. I already mentioned the trade routes thing, but that's really weird. This really is just, it's got the bare bones of the Phantom Menace in there, and that's kind of funny. An elusive trickster, Arcane, steals the WTC and gives to underpaid company workers. However, the chairman announces that they will bargain with a notorious thief. Oh, he's Robin Hood. I didn't realize that Arcane was basically Robin Hood. That's kind of funny. The chairman knows Arcane's fondness with the poor fisherman's Nesbit and his granddaughter. Nesbit's low wages are barely enough to put food on the table. The chairman appears at the docks and offers a feast for Arcane's adopted family. However, in exchange, the family must convince Arcane to do the bidding of the WTC. But the savvy Nesbit bargains for more. A yearly feast for all the workers of Merchant Port. 1 day of holiday each week, and the representation at WTC's board meetings. The chairman frowns. It is a steep bargain, but he is forced to agree. Nesbit's granddaughter is the only one who can convey the plan to Arcane. The water creature agrees he will do anything to help his adoptive family. Using this mysterious water powers to sneak into the Armada through an unguarded sink. An unguarded sink? Okay. Arcane sniffs his way through the airship, seeking the WTC's stolen goods. An unguarded sink, huh? I can't say I remembered a detail like that. And I've been playing this game for a long time. Oh, it's a shadowy bird. You'd think it'd be like a shadowy water creature to stir up more conflict. Suddenly, Orkane happens upon a strange scene. He spies an Air Armada's commander selling the chairman's good, worth millions in exchange for a single scroll. This is no ordinary scroll. It's a shimmering, shifting map illustrating weak points. Wait, why is it shifting? Why is it like, does it physically move? Maps aren't shifting. If it were a shifting map, there'd be like multiple, showing like multiple maps over time. Whatever. Weak points stood in the defense of every civilization across the surface of Aether. Also, why does the Shadow need money? Why isn't it just giving him the things if it wants to see the destruction of Aether? Was it trying to get that bag as well? He's like, oh, I don't know, just in case this fails, I want to be able to make it big. Distracted by this newfound intrigue, Orkane is startled by the appearance of Raster and Bradshaw. The two Air Armada wingmen are amazed to find a water dweller inside the Armada. Raster, ever the hothead, shoves his wingman to the side and challenges the water creature to close quarters combat. Oh yeah, he has a cast. I probably should have played Crag's story first. Otherwise, that's not going to make too much sense. Orkane defeats Raster and leaps out of the Air Armada ship, the chairman's goods in tow. He returns his loot. I can't speak, and it really makes me mad. He returns with his loot to Merchant Port, only to find his beloved docks in flames. He quickly sweeps Nesbit's daughter to safety and puts out the flames. He learns that Merchant Port was attacked by a mad fire general on a senseless rampage. Orkane sniffs out the trail of the fire capital and follows it west, leaving his home in the water once again. Okay, we're gonna do Crag's next because that one makes the most sense, I think. Wait, I can't remember which one comes next, but we'll just do this one just in case. Crag's life is slow and meditative. His people, the Wall Builders, devote their entire lives to maintaining the Great Rock Wall. They alone wield the power to manipulate great masses of stone. Most Wall Builders are born on the wall and will circle the whole Aetherian forest 3 times during their lifetimes, never setting foot on the ground. That's been changed as well. It's now been confirmed that the Wall Builders measure their lifespan by how many times they can run the wall. So, like, the younger they are, that's the amount of, like, times that they could plausibly make. Like, if you're 1 year old, you could probably make it once around the wall. But the older and more experienced you get, the more you could probably run the wall, which that's how they determine how old they are, is how many times they can round the wall. So that's not right. They don't circle the wall 3 times during their lifetimes. They determine how old they are by how many times they can round the wall. One day, Crag comes upon a huge breach in the northern wall. He has never seen such destruction and fears the threat that might have entered the forest. Crag begins his laborious process of summoning rocks to repair the wounded wall. He must heal it quickly to protect the precious Aetherian forest from the outside threats. Suddenly, the unthinkable happens. Crag is attacked from inside the wall. Crag's rock-bound mind can barely process what he sees. The Great Wall was made to protect the treetop dwellers, but now one of them is mounting an attack from within. Outraged, Crag steps off the wall for the first time in his life to confront the treetop trader, Maple, vigilante of the forest. Meanwhile, bystanders gather. The treetop dwellers only see Crag trespassing on the forest floor to attack one of their own. Outraged, they vow retaliation on their former allies, the Wall Builders. To Crag's amazement, the purple treetop dweller vanishes. Mayreed, the younger sister of Maple, approaches and drops a letter to the forest floor. The letter explains that the shadowy warrior couldn't have been the real Maple because she has left moons ago to find the source of a strange purple disease in the forest. Crag realizes that the only way to protect his beloved wall and the forest is to leave them. Mayreed sends Lily along with Crag to help him track down Maple in the middle of her quest. What it does not tell you is that Crag stayed to fix the wall. I think. I'm pretty sure. Alright, and now it's just Raster and then the Ethereal Gates. Raster's story is just really, really funny. Raster and Bradshaw are top wingmen of the Air Armada, an elite aerial military that ranges above the whole Aetherian continent. The Air Armada pillages merchant transports and harasses unguarded Fire Empire outposts. Raster alone among the Armada flyers is known to break rank for personal glory. Raster is a brilliant but unpredictable flyer. Bradshaw is cautious but steady. Also, the Air Armada sound like jerks. They pillage places and then storm fire transports? That's kind of crazy. Why? Like, I know that the main guy is kind of shady because we saw him take secret scrolls from shadowy bird people, but holy cow, these guys are crazy. While soaring above the Aetherian forest, on a routine scouting mission, Raster spots a destroyed section of the rock wall. Raster swoops in to investigate while Bradshaw follows. The two friends pirouette in the air, showing off for each other. They fly in fast and reckless. Meanwhile, on the wall below, Crag, a wall builder, has just returned from a confrontation on the forest floor. He anxiously repairs the wall. Yes, he did repair the wall. Impatiently calling up the stone. When Crag sees Raster and Bradshaw diving towards the wall, he braces for an attack, assuming that the Air Armada is taking advantages of the weaknesses of his wall. Crag pulls up a rock and hurls it upwards, smashing Bradshaw out of the sky. Oof! The intense force of the wall builder's projectile. That J is so far apart it looks like a space. The projectile propels Bradshaw into the unyielding rock wall, rendering the aerial ace unconscious. Seeing his wingman in peril, Raster erupts into a blind fury, screeching in rage. He wheels in midair and launches himself at the rock creature. Victorious against the wall builder, Raster carefully picks up his injured friend and carries him back to the Air Armada. Raster is ridden with guilt for allowing his reckless bravado to endanger his devoted brother in arms. He swears to find Crag and seek revenge. Meanwhile below, Crag picks himself up and quickly repairs the wall. Mysteriously, the wall builder sets off east, accompanied by a small Aetherian companion vine. And that is all of those guys. But we are not done. We have one more stop to make. The final battle. Their journeys have led to the same place, where verdant grasslands once grew around the Godai Delta. A vast crater now churns with the new seas. Volcanic ash clogs the air. Maple and Forsburn arrive to find Zetaburn already at the water's edge. The proud lion averts his eyes from the brother he wronged. Arcane arrives soon after. Crag appears next, reuniting Maple and her companion plant Lily. Raster arrives just moments later, having tracked down Crag to take revenge for Bradshaw's injury. Suddenly the earth shivers and the water seethes with oily strands of shadow. The sea pulses purple, and a vast stone edifice arises from the depths of the raging whirlpool. This strangely ancient stone structure seems to be a gateway. Through this portal, the rival warriors glimpse a vast abyss that plunges deep below the surface of Aether. This must be the source of Maple's underground rot, and the ephemeral, I think that's how you pronounce that, shadow imposters. All warriors put their rivalries aside. They know what they must do. Okay, and then I get the fun opportunity to pick who I want to play. I think Raster will be the first best pick to do this. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, okay. Oh dear, I should not have let that hit me, I should have just parried. Oh, I should just do this. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, this is easy. Oh, whoops. I just do this the whole time. Oh no. Unless I get hit like that. Oh my word. I'm getting bodied. Oh dear. What if I just boop? No way. Oh my word. No! Alright, I learned my lesson. Don't parry the thing. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Oh my word. I learned my lesson. Just bounce on the eye. Oh my word. Are you serious? Dude. Oh my gosh. Alright, fine. We're moving on to the next rival. I guess Crag was the best one to have that happen to me after all. Ooh, it's getting kind of intense now. But I've got it. I've got it. Oh! I've got it. I'm fine. I'm chilling. I'm chilling. Boom! 229. Silver, but still not bad. Alright. The shadow creatures have been vanquished. The newly united warriors forget their past rivalries, choosing instead to consider each other allies against any future threat to Aether. The mystery of the shadows remains. What were their true goals? Why did they incite such strife among the citizens of Aether? And will they return? And that is the story mode. Rivals of Aether. What a interesting little, oh, hey, look. I get to do things while I talk. Yeah, what an interesting little start to the story that grew to just such a big, cool thing. Like, I'm still in awe that this little not really make sense story spawned such a cool world for us to explore. And like none of it, like outside of the things that have been retconned, nothing really truly gets dropped. Everything gets explained pretty well in the other games, which I will definitely be playing. Like I wanted to do all of this in preparation for Rivals 2's story mode, because when they add that, the game is out, but the story mode is not out yet. That's something that's planned. Whenever they do add that, that's something that I want to definitely give a lot of attention to, because if there's one thing I love more than the combat of this game, it is the lore. The world and the lore of this game just makes me go insane. I love Claren's story. I love, oh my word, she has an entire comic, guys, an entire comic, and it's so good. The comic is amazing. If I could, I want to, if I could figure out a way that I could make it so that I could read the comic for you guys in a video, I would love to do that, because oh my word, you guys need to experience that comic. I'll leave a for now though, I'll leave a link to that comment in the description. But if I ever decide that I'm like, yeah, no, I can figure out a way to make it so I can read this comic, I'm going to read it for you guys, because I like, not only do I want to go through just the games of stuff that Rivals has brought, I want to go through like all the different media that it's going to bring, because I don't know if they're going to keep doing comics. It'd be cool if they did, but any external media, I need this game to be seen and this studio to be seen. Like, it's already got a good amount of traction already. I mean, Rivals 2 is going to EVO. That's huge. That is huge. But just any more traction that this game could get, I want to see happen. Like, it's so good. And that's not, like, I haven't even touched why this game is, like, overtly popular in the casual market anyway. Like, the workshop in this game is untouched in the amount of content that people can make. There is so much content in this game, not only because of the different things that they've added through the Definitive Edition, but because of the workshop through Steam, that people can just make characters and stages. There are thousands of characters that you could download right now for the Steam Workshop through this game. Rivals 2 doesn't have a Steam Workshop yet, but it's going to. And that's going to, like, make this game soar in terms of its popularity. Woo! That's new! This is new! Oh my word, that was awesome! The end! ... Question mark? You don't say! There's more? How could you? You have betrayed me! Continue to the abyss? No. But, this is canonically what happens. Is that everyone ends up getting, sucked down into the abyss, and they gotta fight creatures. And this is where Rivals 2 story will come into play, is, down in the abyss mode. Kind of. But that's all that. Real quick, let me give you guys a little glimpse into the workshop, because this thing is just insane. That's a little too intense of music for my taste. Yeah, we'll just do that. The workshop in this game is insane. We've got Blaziken from Pokemon fighting Sonic the Hedgehog and R2-D2 as a playable character in a platform fighter, and it works. This is one of the best characters I have ever seen, and it plays into the Rivals mechanics of making making stage control. You could set oil and set it on fire, and it goes to whatever thing, and you could set other characters on fire when you put oil on them. You could spray them with oil and boo, they're on fire now and they explode. And it's all, people have made so many characters from things you couldn't even possibly think. We've got Perry the Platypus. Perry T. Platypus, who can fight the Among Us crewmate if you really want to do that. That is like, and this isn't even scratching the surface of Workshop. I should probably make a whole Workshop thing on its own. I just need to get some friends to do that with, because oh my gosh, it's amazing. It is absolutely insane. So that was Rivals of Aether, though. I need to stop this video somewhere, or else this video is going to be like 3 hours long. I've already got a lot to cut down to make this the presentable story mode that it is, so I'm just going to end it here. But hopefully, if I haven't convinced you, hopefully I will in the future, because there will be more Rivals content coming. I'm playing through all of the games. I'm giving you everything. I will convince you to buy a game in this series. I will. And if I don't, then I will have failed as a content creator. I will say that straight out. I must convince at least one of you to buy one of these games and play it. It must be a thing, because this series deserves it. It's so cool. I love it so passionately. thank you everybody so much for joining me today. And if you liked what you saw, I want you to do me a favor today. 1, go buy this game or any other of the games. But 2, check if my subscribe button's awake. If it's not gray and it's red and it's not keeping you guys up to date with everything that I'm doing, I'm doing some pretty cool stuff. So, once again, thank you everybody so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. So long.